Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome everyone in today's class for the first elementary grade. Our textbook is Week 1 and today inshallah we're going to cover Unit 3, Toys and Things. The lesson is words that you can see it on page 23. This lesson will be presented by me, teacher Mazen Al-Harbi, and the sign language by Mr. Saleh Al-Ajan. So let's begin. Quick revision before we begin. Last time we did learn different names of clothes and toys, and we said this that on your book on your books on page 22, you can see a room where it has all over it different clothes and different toys. And what we did in last lesson, we did say the names of these toys or of these clothes. So now what we will do is that we will do a quick reminder of these toys or of these clothes. So now I'm going to name or to say the names of these toys and clothes, and I would like you to repeat it after me. So we begin with number 1. The first toy we had was number 1, bicycle. Repeat after me. Bicycle. Bicycle. Number 2, computer game. Computer game. Computer game. Number 3, dollhouse. 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 Number 4, football. 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 Number 5, shirt. 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 Number 6, skirt. 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 Number 7, coloring book. Coloring book. Coloring book. Now that was the first part of the clothes and toys. Let's move on to the second part. This was the second part. Now I'm going to say the names and I want you to repeat after me while you are pointing. Number 8, stickers. 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 Number 9, t-shirt. 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 Number 10, trousers. 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 Number 11, puppet. 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 Number 12, cell phone. Cell phone. Cell phone. Number 13, toy truck. Toy truck. Toy truck. Number 14, puzzle. 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 Very well. So these were the names of the clothes and the names of toys that we did mention last time. And we said that it's important that we listen and also to point at each one of them and also to say the names of these different objects that we can see in this room. Now, what's more interesting is that in our last lesson, we did play a similar game, which is to listen where the object is and to find it. And I say that I want you to look at your book and also I want you to have a look at all the clothes and all the toys that you can see on your book. And what I want you to do is to listen to the name I would say, and then I want you to point where that thing is. For example, if I say football, then you can point right directly here. This is a football. If I say, for example, a puppet, then you can point here, a puppet, and so on. So before we begin, let's just do a simple activity. I'm going to say the names again of these objects, and I want you to point at them. I want you to point at them. So look at all of these objects. Listen to me while I say the name, and I want you to point at them. So let's start. Where can you, from these pictures, where can you see a shirt? A shirt. Where do you think? Very good. It is right here. This is a shirt. Now, what about a t-shirt? Where can we see here a t-shirt? Very good. This is a t-shirt. Now, what about a puzzle? A puzzle. Where can you see a puzzle? It's right down there. A puzzle. And what about a coloring book? Where can you see a coloring book from these pictures? Very good. This is a coloring book. And finally, a computer game. Where can we see a picture for a computer game? Excellent. It's exactly right down here. And we said also that you can play similar games, similar to this, with your friends or your classmate or maybe a family member. Just to have them look at the book and you say the name of any objects that you can think of. And all they have to do is just to point at them and say the names of them. Now, this is about the revision, and let's move on to our lesson today. Our objectives in today's lesson, we hope that at the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify words with plural S. Today, inshallah, we'll get to know what do you mean by the plural S and how can we use it. So, I would like you please now to open your books on page 23. I would like you please to open your books on page 23. Now, on page 23, you will see at the top of this page this grammar toolbox. And what does this box tell us? It tells us what exactly the grammar, the words that we are about to learn. It says here that if you want to say or to number one thing, we would say one robot or one bear, for example. And if you want to mention more than this, like for example 2 or 3 or 4, here we will have to add S to the name. So we say one robot, 2 robots, 3 robots, and 4 robots. And this S is what we call plural S. This is what do we call the plural S. So when we want to mention not only one thing but 2 or 3 or maybe 4 of a certain object, then we have to add S to the name. And then we can describe it as this is a plural S. Now, let's take more example of this. So have a look at this picture. What is this? This is a duck. And how many ducks can you see here? Do you see 2 ducks or 3 ducks or only 1? Exactly. This is only 1 duck. So this is why we say duck. Duck. Why? Because it's only 1. But let's have a look here. Here, how many ducks do we see? Here we can see 2 ducks. 2 ducks. So here we need to add the plural S. Here we need to add S. So here we have duck, 1 duck, and this is 2 dogs. 2 dogs. The difference is, here we have 1, here we don't add anything. We just say this is a dog. But here, because we have 2, this is 1, this is 2, here we add S. 2 dogs. Let's take one more example. Here, what is this? This is an apple. This is an apple. And how many apples can you see? How many apples can you see? We see only 1, right? So here we have only 1 apple. Apple. Now, have a look at this picture. Now, how many apples can we see here? Let's count them. Here we have 1, 2, and 3. 3 apples. So this is where we put the plural S. Apples. Apples. Repeat after me. Apples. Apple. Apples. So here we have 1 apple, and here we have 3 apples. 3 apples. So this is why we add S. Here why we add S. Let's take also another example. Here, what is this? This is a basketball. This is a basketball. And how many basketball can you see here? We only see 1. 1 basketball. 1 basketball. So, have a look at this. Now, how many basketball can you see? Let's count them together. Here we see 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 basketballs. So here, what we need to do is to add S. Basketballs. Basketballs. So here we have 1 basketball, and here we have 4. So this is why we add S. We add S to the word. Why? Because we have 4 basketballs. Basketballs. So here we have 1, here we have 4, so this is why we add S to this one. Now, last example is, what is this? This is a tree. This is only a tree. And how many tree can we see here? We only see 1. This is it. 1 tree. 1 tree. Now, have a look at this one. How many tree can we see here? Let's count them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So here we can say these are 6 trees. Trees. Here we added S to it. Trees. Repeat after me. Trees. 1 tree. 6 trees. 6 trees. So here, because we have more than 1 tree, we have 6. Here, why we added the letter S. Trees. Trees. Very good job. Now, let's get back to our lesson. In our lesson here, we have a fun game that we can play together with our classmates or with other friends, and just to learn how can we use the plural S. So all you have to do is to ask your friends to join you and also to gather at a table. To gather at a table. And when each one of you put his hand, he would say 1 robot. And if the other join his hand as well, then he would say 2 robots. And if the third one comes in, you would say 3 robots. And when the fourth one comes again, you would say 4 robots. It is very interesting game. So what's the difference here between one robot, two robots, three robots? Do you know what's the difference between them? The difference exactly can be seen here with the S that we added. So in the first one, because we only have one robot here, we don't add any S. But with the second one, when we say two robots, three robots, four robots, here in this case, we need to add S. Here, in this case, we need to add S. Why? Because the more hands are joining the table, the more number we would use, and also since they are more than one, here we must add S to the word. So again, bring a table, ask your friends or your classmate or maybe family members, your brothers or your sisters, to join you and put your hand on the table and ask them to put their hand on top. When they put on hand on top, just see how many hands on the table. When you have one, you would say one robot. When you have two, you would say two robots. Three robots. The more hands are joining, the more number you will use. Four robots. Who knows, maybe also seven robots. Seven hands on the table. Maybe six robots. Maybe 9 robots, and maybe 8 robots. So try this game at home. It will be interesting, and also it will help you to use S, the plural S, to use the plural S when you are using these words. And remember, we use the plural when we have more than one of any object. We have two apples, we would say two apples. If we have more than one tree, we would say two trees, or three trees, or four trees. We do have more than one basketball, we would say two basketball, four basketballs, and so on. S is very important for the plural. Now, at the end of this lesson, it's very important that you can listen, point, and say the names of the toys we can use on page 22, and also to say the names of some of the clothes. And most importantly, also to use the plural S and also to play the fun game that we learned last time. So now we have reached at the end of this lesson. I hope, my dear student, you enjoyed it. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time.